So I think, one way or another, in our 2-day-long planning days, we talked about looking ahead more. So all of this, I think, is consistent with what we all want, really. But it's a big job, we recognize that.
So Tony, are you saying that the ordinances have their own priority, or did you really mean
Well,
15, 16, 17?
so the ordinances, we can see if we can work them in, but generally the reason I've kept the ordinances lower is the general plan kind of creates a vision for what you do with the ordinances. And we may find out as we go through the general plan and the Envision Utah process that there's no need to revise pages 70 through 130 because we want to repeal it anyway. So it's about trying to use the limited resources as efficiently as we can.
Well, we should do the same as the county on affordable housing. We don't want to have people competing and saying, oh, well, we have to do affordable housing more or less. I mean, we probably ought to make that.
But the start, the draft mandatory affordable housing ordinance, if we move that out, that goes with it. That's the issue. Getting some money from the developers for affordable housing.
You guys change it after we continue through the process, but I do think we should not lose years on the target.
So the other interesting thing is based on the rating we got from the state, I understand that we may be eligible for state funds to help with affordable housing. Because we got I think we were rated 29 or so out of the state. Yeah, well, including all the cities and counties, which isn't bad.
For unaffordability?
No, for affordable, for our moderate income housing plan.
There's some funds available to us, because I think some counties will get $700,000, $800,000 for affordable housing. And it's a matter of about affordable housing, or I'm just tempted about some of those issues. Maybe we can use them to help get some of that money.
But don't we need to have a city housing authority? Like, my husband was on the housing authority in Salt Lake, and we were talking about this, and he said, if we are our own city housing authority, then we can be eligible for the state and federal funding. But I don't know that it works. I don't know, that's just what he thought.
Yeah, the county housing authority, the Wasatch County Housing Authority was set up by the county, and the city has participated in that in the past by requiring development money to it, and the housing authority, to be frank with you, all of the affordable housing in the county is located in Heber City. And that's the way the county, the Midway, and everybody else has wanted it. Some of them are willing to make sure money is contributed into that, but where all the affordable housing is in Heber City.
But none of us are on that board. Because you're the director, right?
Jason Bradley's on that board.
On that board.
Yeah, Thacker's on that board, Kathy Carr's on that board, we all live in Heber City. Kent Shelton's on the board, Heber City. So most of the ones on the affordable housing board do live in Heber City. The only one that's officially representing Heber City is Jason Bradley.
So how is, if that's true, it is true, okay, so why not a little affordable housing in Midway or Charleston or somewhere in the county? Why are we shooting ourselves in the foot? So
we're not shooting ourselves in the foot. Basically, we're the ones that have allowed affordable housing to come in. Midway tried to develop an ordinance a number of years ago, and they abandoned it because nobody in Midway wanted any of it.
I understand.
And they haven't participated. There haven't been any developments in Midway that have contributed towards the Wasatch County Housing Authority.
So how do they meet their state requirement of having 10%?
Lundine's Trailer Home Park over there on by Homestead Drive. That is their affordable housing, and they get a better bond rating because of that trailer park that nobody likes. True story.
Anything else, Tony?
That'll be it.
Okay, thank you. Item number 6.
Can I say something, please?
Thank you, I appreciate it. I'm hoping to take number 1 off your list because I brought Midway City's historic building ordinance from their code, and it's better than yours.
a little more detailed of what some, so I got copies of that for you. And then on that list of what the priorities were, I know we had like a Main Street coalition group. I mean, I'm thinking, there's no staff here, you know, you guys are so busy at all your other committee meetings. The county trails. My husband built most of the trails in this community. The county planning department has done a lot of work. Midway City, Mike Hankey over in Midway City has dialed in their trails there. I'm just saying, you could easily put an advisory board for the trails to do all this minutia for you, so you guys aren't going over every single thing. And then you have people who are actually passionate about this subject, bring their recommendations to you, and it saves you guys a bunch of time. I know there's Heber City, a few Heber City Main Street owners on Main Street still, but let's get the beautification committee back going again, and let's talk about how to revitalize the city. I think just one small thing is on new development. If Smith's Marketplace is coming in, maybe they put a parking structure next to their building. Maybe you start talking about parking, because I know Park City wishes they had done more of that 20 years ago. So that's all I'm saying is, look at that list. Envision Utah, quite honestly, before we spend $200,000, let's go look at Envision 2020, that 100 people sat in a room, what was that, 10, 15 years ago, and put together Envision 2020. Take a look at those priorities that the communities identified, and let's look at it again. Let's dust off the cobwebs and look at it. But I think you could get 30 key people, 50 key people in our county to identify what we think we might want to do. It's just a thought, but here's your historic
I would want to look at
ordinance.
that too, because what we have historic preservation on that was just probably a recognition idea to get started somewhere with it. It didn't have to be approved tonight. But what we want to do is put something in place that still protects landowners' rights and also an opportunity to flag it to the community if something was going on with those buildings. And that's what we tied it back into permits onto it, so it gave, so before they got a permit, we had to have it come from the council. That's at least a start. There may be some pieces I wouldn't mind reading this and what they've got into it, but it takes more time onto it. But I know Bob's here. Do you want to come talking about this tonight, Bob, about the historical?
And we've read for months.
Okay, I don't know if you want any comments on this or any thoughts on the ordinance. Just we're trying to put something together to help the situation out that we want to happen again for you.
And I just want to say, Wasatch County doesn't have a historic building ordinance right now, so that could be the next step, is going over to that county meeting and going, let's just adopt something universal throughout our county for now. And that gets a jump start on it from what you guys were looking at, really 30-day notice, that's it. I mean, that's nothing. And so this is not very detailed. This is very simple, but it just has a couple more things. And if we could get the county on the same page with this, then later on down the road, you can improve it. Thank you.
There's this one, I talked to staff about it. Staff on Main Street, and this might be some of the council and kind of support, at least we're trying to go in a direction to do something with this.
And it needs to be done quickly, so.
But there's some ideas, but again, I wanted this to be put on the agenda, on the permits part of it, that at least flag everything, because if they left the top part alone, I mean, they could have gone to the council, the public's not aware of it, but to get the permits, you guys, you've got it from the council, and it gives at least 4 weeks minimum amount of time for people to get involved with this, and be able to do something.
And it does say there is a Midway City Historic Board, again, another advisory board that are people passionate about saving these buildings, that they're aware of it right when somebody contacts staff here. So it's not you guys having to deal with this issue, you've got enough. This advisory board then goes out and contacts the people in the community that may want to move it onto their property. or we find a spot somewhere to put these buildings in an area and make a little museum out of the area. I don't know what the answers are, but there is a separate advisory board to deal with this when that 30-day triggers, so.
This would entail setting up this historic preservation committee or something.
Right, the advisory type committee. Great.
We're looking for some new members who wants to join.
There are people, I can go find you a few.
I know at least 2 positions are still open.
I'll go troll Facebook, and there were people complaining about Carl Malone all day long, and so I can go
Give
get
me a
you.
list of names, who would be volunteers. I know at least 2 positions that are probably open for that.
Okay, I'll do that.
Tony's in charge, they're going to meet together soon, and I would like to have them to kind of look at it too before we approve the accounts.
City residents.
I'll get you a list of some
Okay,
names.
thanks, Tree.
Okay.
Mayor, may I say something really quick, please?
Sure.
I know, sorry.
So Tracy had talked about doing a beautification of Main Street. So just a shameless plug for our Chamber of Commerce. We put on our annual golf tournament. We set a goal this year to raise $10,000. We raised about $8,000 last year. All $10,000 that we raised will go back to beautification projects on Main Street. So we are working with the businesses to do planters and flowers and benches and things like that. So I just wanted to make you aware of that. And if you're a golfer or not, we'd love to have you participate.
Can you get caddy? I hope we can.
Sure. We'll take it.
The city got sponsored too, so it'd be a beneficiary.
Yeah, and we're really all proceeds.
They're not right. Mark golf, we'll get one on there. Give them the whole tournament.
On the golf thing? You see how I
It's August 15th.
I'll think about that.
I'll take a Facebook, I'm in San Diego that week, so. I'm going to turn this to the council who's been on this agenda item. Is there any other additions or changes or thoughts towards that? We're welcome to when you look at it.
I looked at the planning agenda, I'm sorry, planning commission agenda for the last couple of meetings, and as I understand it, they didn't get the chance to look at this ordinance yet. Is that correct, Tom?
This doesn't have to be part of the zoning ordinance, as it's proposed, it's part of Title 15, it's outside the purview of this planning commission.
Okay, can I ask if we issued demolition permits right now?
Yeah.
What's the process for issuing demolition permits?
You basically have to show that you've addressed the asbestos, and then you get a permit.
Okay, but how long does it take, and who issues the permit?
Building department, and if they've got all the documents in order, it can be less than a week.
Listen, so do you know when the demolition permit was issued for the Carmel Historic Home?
I do not.
I had that information on my desk. I know, I want to say that they had made initial application to the Department of Environmental Quality in May. It was approved in June, and within a week after being approved, it was brought to the city offices. And once they showed proof that the asbestos had been, if there was any, there was two demolition permits, issued at the same time, one for the house on First East and one on Main Street. And as long as the DEQ signed off on the asbestos, if anything's been addressed, and staff will issue a permit.
And then we have to run it because of that.
But we probably get issued it on the same day.
Okay, so it takes about a month then for the state to go through their asbestos and other criteria then.
So that's my
Is that correct?
recommendation.
Well, I'm thinking perhaps with the consideration here on this ordinance, that instead of doing it 4 weeks prior to the demolition, they should provide written notice to the city when they make application for the demolition permit through the state. That's going to give us more time to be able to see what's happening, monitor it to the state as well as have a plan. That's the whole purpose, right? Is to have a plan in place to save the buildings that people want to get together on. I'm thinking it shouldn't be 4 weeks prior. It should be, within so many business days when they make the application for the permit to the state.
There's another guy, Midway's got Midway's City Historic Registry, who's got a national account. the ones that have the Heber City Historical District with it too. On
Yeah,
that.
sure, I have this.
No, that was one of those things in that plan, that, the master plan from the consultants that I think is a good idea to do have some kind of rocket.
I think this
There was
is,
some 100 houses identified, I think, as part of that.
what the city's brought to us is a good start. I like what I'm reading quick with the Midway. I wonder if we ought to table this to the next meeting and have, see if we can see some of this incorporated or, I mean, there's some good ideas in here.
Well, if we issue demolition permits within a week, then that whole process has to be synced with this ordinance, if that makes
Well,
sense.
but if they have to wait 30 days,
Well, that's why I'm saying that they should provide notice to us at the same time they apply to the state. That's going to be that 30-day window. Because if they don't do it then, and then we say, oh, now you've got to wait another 30 days
That's
for
too long.
notice. See, that's what I'm saying. And then we're ready, our code on the demolition permits is already there and it needs to be synced. It needs to be.
That's fine.
I understand that. I'm not saying pass it. I'm just saying, you know, we need to make sure we're careful that it does
that's why I
not
think,
conflict
that's why I
with
think
other
we
parts
table
of our
it to be
code.
careful. There's one part of this, I mean, it says here, if anyone, if a plan for preservation of structure is submitted, an additional 30 days shall be added. Well, if somebody wants to stop this, they can phone me up any kind of a plan. I think it needs to be a little carefully written. It has to be a viable purchase or something that makes sense, not just, I think Carl Malone ought to leave it there. Well, that's a plan. Now we got 30 more days to delay. You know, I don't know how you word that, but I'm concerned the plan that's submitted needs to maybe be approved by planning or something, because it shouldn't just be a frivolous way to stop the building.
The financial part of it too, that's what costs a lot of
Yeah,
money.
there needs to be some viable, but who decides that, I don't know, probably planning, but
Right, and that's why we should probably have
Or
the
building.
building department
rather, the
here.
ordinance is under building,
Right, we shouldn't have.
where
the
they put it, well, you weren't in the agenda for that, but they put it in the building code, not the planning code.
Well, and
Put together.
and part of the reason is the city has a very streamlined building permit process. And oftentimes it does not include your planning department. Demolitions, we are not involved in at all. And part of that is the resources that we have, and I don't want to be, we don't have the resources to have planning involved. I mean, if you decide you want it that way, fine, but
Well, see, that's the point, is that the building department knew that that demolition permit was going on. I guess Mark knew, I think other people
No, I
knew,
didn't.
but we didn't know. We didn't know until it was coming down, and that's when we received the email. I'm saying, you know,
That's,
we need to make sure this is synced, right, so that as soon as possible, if they're going to apply for that demolition permit up at the state, as soon as possible, we should know it then. Right, and not have further timeline to either delay private property rights, but also more timeline for us to.
Well, that same 30 days would be clocked and both, once we have notice, you know, I guess it's in their prerogative, if they don't want to get that started, it could take 3 months. But I mean, if they have to have that permit, as soon as they choose to do the activity and apply for the permit, our 30 days. And then if somebody comes forward, I'd like to see, I agree with leaving it in the building department. Frankly, I think they have less pressure demands than our planning do right now with what's going on. But it seems to be a building department function anyway, but they could be the ones to decide if the other plans submitted made sense financially or anything else.
So what is the name of the permit and what state department are they issuing that? That's what I would want to include in here right now. What is the name of that permit? Which state agency do they get it from? That's the wording that we need to put in.
You get it from DEQ, Department of Environmental Quality. I don't know if it's what the exact name of the permit is. I've seen it. I don't know if it's a demolition permit or an asbestos abatement permit or what the exact name of it is.
Is it only for asbestos?
That's really the only thing that, as I looked at the permit, that was really being addressed. Is there any asbestos in the building? If so, has an abatement program been approved?
So probably it's under that division. But, you know, and I know this is a little off tangent here, but the one thing that we can do, even if we can't save all the buildings, is that we can preserve a video record of all of those buildings. You know, where people, we can put it in the Daughters of Utah Planning Museum, have a really nice video shot of the buildings, you know, where you're going inside, you're going up and down rooms, you have the outside, where people can really appreciate, you know, that incredible building before it's lost. I mean, I think that's something that historic community could do. We have to preserve at least a memory of these things. We may not be able to preserve all the buildings, but certainly we should think about in our budget, and maybe Tony, this is something that, you know, add to the list. We should think about in the budget where in the city could we have a place that these buildings could be moved to? Right? Why couldn't we go to the railroad? Wouldn't they want some, you know, older historic buildings to add to the ambiance and the tourist attraction at the railroad even? I mean, why can't we have some collaboration here so there's a place already set up?
Well, I think that's addressed quite well. I agree with what you're saying. It's addressed here. If somebody comes forward with a plan,
Well, that's what we should talk
then
about.
they get another 30 days to do it. But, you know, if it takes 6 months to move that building, and it's holding up Carl Malone's permit to his automobile corporation, and he loses it, you know, those things need to be, this plan needs to be reasonable for the property owner.
That's why we should have a plan in place for when these things issue. You see what I'm saying? When those demolition permits are issued, the historic committee can already say, well, does the railroad want it? Does the county want it? Could we move it to our park? You see, if we already had options available that were reasonable and feasible,
Well,
then we would be stuck.
this plan publishes 3 times in a newspaper. It's letting the public know. I know that Carl Malone, clear back when about the 2nd or 3rd form-based code meeting here, told me I could have the building if I moved it. And I think he told several people that. In this plan, that might be made more public, but as it turns out, I don't think that building could have been moved from what I'm hearing. Basically,
Most of the old buildings don't really have a foundation.
they crumble.
If they're sandstone, you're probably talking an awful lot of money if they're gonna have to retrofit the building before they can move it. I mean,
Or use it.
or use it, yeah. So,
Why couldn't we repurpose the building into a fountain, into something that the public could use and say, this was one of our historic buildings, we couldn't save the building, but we still have the beautiful rock. I'm just saying, there's
I think
plans
all
that we
this should
should
go
make.
back to the public, should do, the city can put things in place, but the public notified, the public's going to be take care of it, and investment part.
We still have Ron Tiny from the old school. Let's hear what you
I
want to
always
do with
wanted a
that.
fountain there, but I know there's.
We say that, did we, Mayor? It's up there in the cemetery.
Council, I'd like to make a motion on this ordinance. I would like to amend the ordinance that the owner shall, in section 15.13, that the owner shall provide written notice to the city council within 4 business days of applying for the DEQ permit prior to the demolition of the building. So that we would still be within, hopefully, that 30-day window before they can come to our building department and get a demolition permit very quickly.
What if there was a case where you didn't need a DEP permit?
I'm wondering now.
I think that building requires a permit on everything, but I'm not 100% certain. And you do run the risk of shortening the time frame if they can process the application faster than that.
I agree, but somehow we need to know right up front.
Well, I think you can accomplish the same thing. If you don't think 4 weeks is enough, you can just add 2 more weeks or something like that instead of they have to do 6 weeks notice. And it takes the risk out of how fast DEQ processes the permit.
Motion by Councilmember
Well,
Franco.
let me amend that motion
You
then.
wanted to extend that and make a new one?
Yes, please, I'll
Okay.
amend the motion in section 15.13, the owner shall provide written notice to the city council 8 weeks. 8 weeks prior to the demolition of the building.
Motion by Councilmember Franco, approve ordinance number 2, 2017-26 regarding demolition of historic building. Chief amended from 4 weeks to 8 weeks. Silence. The motion has failed on that. So that council have to do.
I'm not in disagreement of considering the 8. This really does. It gives you a month, 30 days. If there's some idea of a way to save it, there's another 30. So I move that we table it, the motion, and ask building or planning or both to look at this, incorporate some of the midway ideas into this, and look at this allows for the 8 months or the 8 weeks you talked about, if there seems to be rationale for it. It's in here. So that's why I'd like to have it tabled and looked at, and certainly go meet with them if you want, or I could, or anyone else. But let's have another motion come forward in 2 weeks. That's my motion.
Made a motion to table ordinance number 27-26, take it to staff, and let them review it, make amendments for midway ordinance.
I'll second that.
Second by Councilmember Potter. Any other discussion on the motion? All those in favor say aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.